Yeah, 9 minutes after the polls closed, the Associated Press calling the race. Supporters here have kind of dwindled down and are going home for the night after celebrating a big victory. This was a resounding victory for Governor Pritzker, looking to be akin to the margins that he beat Bruce Rauner by in 2018. The governor celebrating tonight with his supporters.
Thank you for placing your trust in me to carry out this mission for 4 more years. I won't let you down.
Governor Pritzker calling on supporters to now work with him and be bold and not shy away from democratic values, talking about jobs, education, health care, and protecting the climate. The governor easily survived a race dominated by acrimony and huge spending. He campaigned heavily on a woman's right to choose after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. At times, Pritzker's speech tonight seemed clearly geared to a national audience with attacks on Republicans in general and former President Donald Trump, but his biggest cheer came with a warning to abortion opponents.
Let me be even clearer. To anyone who thinks that they can come into this state and try to force some right-wing MAGA war on a woman's body, you will never get an inch of Illinois.
Pritzker did warn his supporters that the days ahead will be tough. He said the fabric of the nation has been torn, but he does see Illinois as having a large role in helping restore that, fueling perhaps speculation about those presidential runs that he has denied he is interested at this point. Alan and Cheryl, back to you.
We'll be waiting to hear more. All right, Craig, thanks.
All right, it was a disappointing night for Pritzker's challenger, Darren Bailey. ABC7's Liz Nagy joining us live tonight from the Bailey campaign headquarters in downstate Springfield with the latest there. Liz.
Cheryl, downstate farmer and state senator Darren Bailey acknowledged he will not go on to claim the governor's office here in Springfield as he'd hoped to do. He talked to his supporters here just a few minutes ago and acknowledged this night did not turn out the way they had hoped. And Bailey also said he had called Governor J.B. Pritzker to concede that race to him and congratulate him on a well-fought campaign. Bailey finally came out on stage here tonight just a few minutes ago and greeted a cheering but relatively subdued crowd of several hundred supporters who'd waited most of the night to see him. This was a pretty quiet election night campaign headquarters here in Springfield for Darren Bailey. There was no announcement that Governor J.B. Pritzker had won the race. His speech did not play, and there were not national results that were playing here. People were just sort of milling about in the room, waiting to hear exactly what would happen. Bailey, when he came out on stage and finally greeted those supporters, repeatedly said that he is proud of the platform they ran on, a platform that he said was based around his core Christian values and beliefs. He also ran on cracking down on crime, lowering taxes, and as he put it on the campaign trail, making Illinois a place where businesses would want to come and do business. He reiterated some of those same campaign pillars when he spoke just a few minutes ago to supporters and voters who've been here with him the entire way.
I may not be going to Springfield as your next governor, but I will never stop fighting for you. My priorities will continue to be the things that unite us. Protecting our freedoms, bringing jobs to our state, and safety to our streets. Republicans need to be the loyal opposition in Springfield, loyal to our state, loyal to our country, loyal to our Constitution, but in opposition to the radical policies of the Democrats.
And Darren Bailey also continued upon that, saying that Republicans may have lost this race at a statewide level, but he said a warning to Governor J.B. Pritzker that he needs to do better. Since he ended that speech just a few minutes ago, the mood has become much more celebratory. And here you can see Darren Bailey is taking pictures with supporters and voters who have waited all night to see him, people who are disappointed in this outcome but acknowledge this is the way it ended up. We're live in Springfield tonight. Liz Nagy, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Alan and Cheryl.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.